Okay, this is going to be a simple test of different pickup configurations between the different guitars. A bit of a shootout and see what happens. I don't suspect you're going to be able to tell a lot of difference between the guitars, but we shall see. So, over here we have the Dansan, which has Adeson pickups on it. It's built to custom order, basically exactly as Brian's guitar is, as it is currently anyway, with Adeson pickups. The green guitar is another Dansan, and this one has the Dansan pickups in it, which are the parts of the pickups that Greg Fryer sent to Mickael Dansan, and Mickael then builds them in the same way that the pickups on the original were assembled. So that's going to be an interesting test between those two. The green guitar is very slightly hotter, but tone-wise there's really nothing to choose between the two of them. Then moving along here is the Super guitar. This has Adeson pickups on it, and this guitar is the 2013 run. This was the second generation Super. And then finally here we have the Brian May BMG, actually no, this is the Burns copy. So this is 2001, it has the stock pickups on it that came with the guitar. None of the electronics has been altered, just a few cosmetic alterations there. And it will be interesting to see how that stacks up against the other three guitars here. So, those are the guitars. I'm now going to set it all up and get it ready, and you can have a look and see what equipment I'm using. Behind here there's a bit of a spaghetti of cables, which I just thought I'd show you, just so that you can see what I was using. I'm using the Super booster from Greg Fryer. I've got another booster there, which is a hand-built version of the TB83 Extra, which is going into the Mayday, set pretty much as Greg recommends, slightly altered, and then into a splitter. I've got the chorus, the Boss Chorus CE1, into a hum eliminator, into the two guitars, into the two amps, sorry. So that's what the spaghetti of cables is behind here, and all the amps are set as you would expect for Brian May settings. There we go. Okay, starting with the Dansan. In this instance it's got Adeson pickups, and I'll just run through the different pickup settings, and I'll play the same thing each time so you can get a flick through them and see what you think. Okay. Dansan. This has Dansan pickups, so slightly different to the Adeson, a little tiny bit hotter. I can probably hear it in a room, but on the video I suspect you won't hear any difference. Here we go. Is the Super, and in this case Adeson pickups, second generation Super. Here we go. finally the BMG. This is a 2001 stock pickups. Nothing's been altered electronically on here, and it still sounds pretty good, to be honest with you, apart from a few crackles. Okay, that was quite interesting. In the room there's very little difference between the two. The Dansan is slightly warmer with the Adeson pickups. The green guitar is very slightly harsher, but tone wise there's nothing to choose from them. Super has a little bit more of a solid feel. It's not as an acousticy sounding guitar. It hasn't got the same sort of resonance, and I find it a little bit deader. And actually this is pretty good for the money. It certainly sounds, on stage I don't think you'd notice the difference, quite frankly. It's harder to play and it doesn't stay in tune quite as well. Obviously the neck's smaller, but generally speaking there's very little difference in the actual core sounds of these guitars. So yeah, there we go. Hope you like that.